Hi, Heather, I'm AO. My topic is sensation and perception. So, sensation and perception are two distinct but closely connected processes. Perception is the process through which the brain selects and interprets the information received by our sensory receptors about the physical world. So, for the research, I found two articles. The first one is this association between sensation seeking and e-cigarette use in the young adults. At the beginning of the article, it shows three statistics from the previous experiments. So the number of students who reported using e-cigarettes in the last 30 days. So the current e-cigarette using students more than doubled. And the overall prevalence of ever used e-cigarettes grow up. And in a nationally assessment of US people, exposure to e-cigarette television commercials more than tripled among young adults aged 18 to 24. So there has been a lot of discussion over the safety of e-cigarettes. So that's why they have this experiment. It's the considerable debate regarding the safety of e-cigarettes. First of all, the e-cigarettes are not harmless. They might contain some of the harmful components. Some of them have been proved that it has previously been linked to lung disease in factory workers. And young adults, they don't have enough knowledge, beliefs, so they have wrong beliefs about the ingredients in e-cigarettes. Also, little is known about which college student, about which type of college students should be targeted when developing effective health education messages about e-cigarettes. And sensation seeking is linked to a variety of problem behaviors in young adults, including cigarette smoking and risky sexual behaviors. So those are the measures about controlling variables. What are the findings in this experiment? So first, risk factors the sensation seeking in using conventional cigarette, but not e-cigarette. The association became non-significant after those controlling variables such as age, gender, race. 16 to 26-year-old students have higher scores. And 5 impulsivity and cigarette use and nicotine dependence. Those are related factors. So they have some hypotheses related to this the e-cigarette. After controlling the variables, a higher main sensation-seeking score would be associated with a higher likelihood of current e-cigarette use. Current e-cigarette use would significantly modify the associations between higher sensation-seeking scores and both ever and current e-cigarette use. Higher main sensation-seeking scores would be associated with higher odds of both ever and current e-cigarette use only after controlling for the variables for current smokers. So for non-current smokers, sensation seeking may be an important contributor to the initiation and continued use of e-cigarettes, but it may not be relevant for current smokers. And as a result, it says colleges should target high sensation seekers with health education messages regarding e-cigarettes. Finally, the current study's findings suggest that sensation seeking should be taken into account when developing health education, especially for those who are not current cigarette smokers. So what are the implications to my future profession? Me as a nursing student, we have to learn about health education to the students about their health conditions. So from this experience, I know that smoking is not harmless. The e-cigarettes is not harmless. So it is necessary to teach them to prevent smoking e-cigarettes. And also, instead of smoking cigarettes, they should be focusing on improving mental health. The second article is comparison study of body image satisfaction between beginning and advanced level female ballet students. The goal of this experiment is that the level is to compare the satisfaction with the body image between a beginning and advanced level female ballet students. So first of all, the researchers, they have 4 questions. They make up 4 questions. Is there a difference in body image satisfaction between advanced and beginning level ballet dancers at the start of the semester? And over the course of the semester, is there a difference in body image satisfaction between advanced and beginning level ballet dancers? Do advanced and beginning level ballet dancers have different levels of body image satisfaction at the end of the semester? Do the findings on body image satisfaction match the theory of objective self-awareness predictions? As a higher performing students looked in the mirror, it was expected that they became more critical of their own performance as previous experiments stated. And also, beginning dancers tend to have less developed ability than more experienced dancers to recognize, assess, and self-correct technical dance information fully in a movement class. In other words, they might be more comfortable with their physical appearance while doing a ballet movement since they have not yet mastered the abilities required to be self-critical. For the beginning learners, the first three questions allowed this study to expand on the need for more into their body image satisfaction levels among dancers of various ability levels in a reflected dancing setting. So they have the two hypotheses for the researchers are higher performing students are more critical of their performance from previous study, and the beginning dancers not fully developed the skills required to be self-critical. From the question one, it says no significant difference. So the results, the advanced students tend to be more detailed on their activity. They were more conscious of the mirror than the beginning dancers. They turned to be apprehensive of becoming reliant dancers on the mirror, and they clearly recognized the importance of movement as a main feedback method. So, what are the implications to me? So, for me, I knows that I need to keep self-critical no matter what I'm learning, so that I can keep awareness of my abilities. It's like all the matter. For my future profession, mirrors have been used as teaching tools in ballet instruction and have been correct correlated with negative perceptual attitudes toward body image. And also I have to aware of the residents who are dancers about their psychological health and well-being related to body image. Thank you for listening. That's all I have. And that's the reference. Okay, bye.